I wanted to make a video to show what it is I'm doing when I do these remasters. Um, so as you can see, I'm leveraging Audacity as a major component of the software that I use, but I'm also using a lot of MATLAB scripts and functions that I wrote myself to sort of come at it from a different angle than what I think anybody else is doing. And I wanted to um, highlight this process that I've come and allow people, other people to consider maybe taking a similar approach, and maybe for the novice, just to hear music filtered in some different ways. So I found a piece, just a clip of a Saint Saens symphony that has the characters uh, that I would want to improve, right? These background noise, sort of that white or pink noise, always going in the background, typically from the electronics and things like that. But it also has some non-musical content, some acoustic clicks and things like that in it. It is a very quiet piece of the music, so in all the spectrograms here and in the audio, I have boosted it by 10 dB just to make it a little less quiet and visually show a little bit more um, of what's in there for anyone who's used to looking at these kinds of spectrograms. So I do apologize for the audio quality of my microphone, but I will be muting that to play the music, so that should be full quality and people can assess what they're hearing there. So first I'm going to play the original track, which is up on top, and we'll see what that sounds like. Okay, so hopefully you heard some of the things that I feel like I would want to clean up in that, a little bit of that background noise, and pretty busy with clicks and things like that. So the first step that I run is I actually run the noise reduction first. I'm not using Audacity's noise reduction. I am using my own noise reduction algorithm that I run offline. It takes a lot longer, but it gives me some better results. So let's listen to next just the musical content, the non-noise content as identified by my noise reduction algorithm. Okay, so that hopefully sounded pretty similar to the original, except with that background noise reduced. Now, it's always a good thing when you run these algorithms, if it's possible, to listen to what was taken out. So that's what we're going to do next. I will play just the noise that was removed, and ideally there's really no musical content in that, nothing that we would want to keep, or very, very little. Okay. To my ears, that's pretty clean. Not a lot in that. Sounds like something that I would necessarily want to keep. So that's uh, a pretty good separation, I think, between the musical content and the background noise. Now, the next thing that I do, as far as I know, I'm the only one doing it quite this way. I actually take the musical content and I divide that up into tonal and atonal components. Um, so let's give a listen to what that sounds like. So that's the tonal components, things, just tones, things that persist for a fair amount of time. And next I'll play the atonal components of the music. So it's probably pretty strange for people to hear those broken up. Um, Sort of interesting, the atonal has the whooshing and the ticking and all those kinds of things, as opposed to the vast majority of the musical content is actually pretty tonal. Just to show, I do want to play those together at the same time and show how that recreates the musical content um, that was the result of just removing the noise. So those two together, the atonal component and the tonal component. So that should have, sounded familiar, similar to what I played for you earlier when I just played the separation of the music and the background noise. So I do actually make the same separation of tonal and atonal components in the noise. And here I do typically find a little bit of tones. I use a bigger FFT in this stage than I did when I did the noise reduction. So I'll play these first, the tonal component of the noise, and then followed by the atonal. So that was the tonal components. That's sort of things that were basically missed by my noise reduction algorithm, partly because the FFTs were shorter. Those tones, those are things that I'm typically going to keep. I'll not reduce those. And the atonal part of the noise, that's the part that I will typically reduce drastically because it doesn't have any real musical content to it. It's just adding background noise and covering things up sometimes. So let's listen to that. So again, that's the stuff that I'm going to drastically reduce. That's if you listen to that, you get the background noise, that shh sound, and you get a little bit of the ticks and stuff that were underneath the level of the noise. Nothing in that I particularly want to keep. So that's stuff that I will mostly get rid of. So having separated the noise that I want to get rid of from everything else, the next thing that I will go to address is those ticks in the background. So again, I have another program that I wrote that operates. In this case, I'm going to operate on the atonal part of the musical content. And what I'm going to do is go through and remove those transients and clicks. So again, I have a MATLAB program that I tell it just when the clicks start and stop in time and in bandwidth. So it goes through and works on a little bit of time and a little bit of bandwidth in order to get rid of those things. So let's hear the cleaned up version of the atonal part of the music. So it's not going to be 100% clean. There's going to be a little bit of overlap between musical content and some of the clicks and whatnot, but it's way less offensive. And do recall that we are listening to this and viewing this at a plus 10 dB level. So when played in context of the music and at appropriate volume levels, that's pretty clean to me. So let's go see how that incorporates when I put everything back together. So reduced a lot of the noise using that version of the cleaned up version of the atonal musical content. So I have on the top here, I have the final version that I would include in one of my remaster videos, and then for reference down on the bottom, you see the original. So I will play the final, and after that I'll go back and play the original for reference, and you can see where the final version here, particularly in this period, there's visibly less noise, where these transients are, just before 6 seconds and just after 8 seconds, you can see that those have been drastically reduced, and they've been reduced in such a way that they're not causing glitches or transients of their own where the system turns on or off. So let's listen to the final. And for reference, let's give a listen to the original. So that's really it for this video, just showing my process and a little snippet of what the results are here for this 10-second period where I've reduced that background noise and addressed a number of transients. This song honestly had so many, had hundreds of them, so I didn't really have time to iterate on individual transients and try to get them as perfect as possible and whatnot. But yeah, at the original level, minus 10 dB compared to what we have here, this is satisfyingly clean and much improved over the original. That I found those to be distracting, all the background sounds that aren't part of the music. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you learned something. And until next time, hope you enjoy my videos.